Alright, now that Ravi and Luna are out of the way, I think I can wrap up the rest of this in one video, because there's a little bit less to talk about. So, Kerouac here, basically they gave him what they should have gave him from the beginning. I bet if I went back and watched my initial video on Kerouac, I would have said, why is this on his S3? Actually, just for fun purposes, let's go check. Okay. Wow, look at this old intro. Who that was. That's a Guilty, or not Guilty, not Guilty Gear. What's the other game? Killer Instinct. That's Killer Instinct theme. So what did I say? It's kind of a long video. High attack stat, which is pretty pog. Got plus 15 here, along with every other unit on their test server. They don't even test on this count no more. This is old. Mind you guys, hero information provided in this video is subject to change upon release. It changed after the release. Okay, so this is his S2. Draws the enemy into a subspace and attacks with a 75% chance each. Damn, I'm really stretching this video for no reason, huh? This is how I got view time back then, I guess. Now I don't even read the, well, like sometimes I read the whole ability. I believe that goes up to 100%. Each to dispel one buff before increasing skill cooldowns by 1 turn. Increase the speed of the caster for 2 turns. Damage dealt increased proportional to the target speed. Pretty good. I have the mods pulled up on another screen. So let's, but yeah.
먼저 강화할 거를.
They try to, you could also soul burn it to ignore effect resistance too, right? Which is pretty good. So, has he gotten a rework since he's initially been out? Or not? I honestly don't know. He might have. Let's go to S3. When the caster... No, he doesn't have the stealth here, so I guess it was in a rework. Did they rework and give him the stealth on the wrong ability? You guys are fucking papagas. Like, what the... Okay, well, I guess he wasn't initially released with stealth. They gave him stealth on the wrong ability. So, alright. Cool. Let's go back to this. So yeah, they moved his stealth to the correct ability because people open with his S2. He's got good base speed. I think it's like 119, something like that. Essentially what they did is they, like, if you guys know Ice Kisei, they turned him into a fire version. Which is good. Like, Kisei's a very good unit. And I think he'll work very similar. If you have unit or a gear like Kenny, like, I think he's going to be very scary to deal with. There's some green units in the meta, like Landy, that are really annoying, but Landy has stealth because of that stupid artifact. So, I don't know. I think using him, I think he's a good unit. I don't know how people are going to use him. I don't use him. So, if you guys want to talk about how you might use him down in the comments, go for it. I'm interested. But, I just think, essentially, he's just a fire Kisei from what I've seen now. Like, he gives us stealth on the correct ability. You rotate around, you cleave. That's pretty much it, right? Oh, they improved his exclusive equipment as well. I forgot about that. So, yeah, he's self-sufficient with attack buff, too. So, you can either choose to hold your own book, and you can soul burn. I forget what his soul burn does. I don't think it says in here. We can check that real quick. Damn, this might be a long video, too. Where's this guy at? I don't know why I scroll through everything when I can just do this. Oh, ignores ER. Yeah, and then he reduces skill. Yeah, that's what he does. I actually forgot what he did. But yeah, see, the stealth is here now. That wasn't when he was initially released. They actually buffed him before and put it here, which is stupid. They should have put it here in the first place, and then he would have probably been used this entire time since that rework. But he was still nowhere to be seen. So, at least they're doing a better job with buffs now. It seems like the units they're actually buffing are getting more use. Like, I mean, look at Carrot. I mean, she's everywhere, right? Like, literally everywhere. So, yeah, he ignores ER. That's a really powerful ability. Resetting cooldowns is huge. And you might as well stun him for 3 turns, right? Like, if you stun, like, if you reset Maid, I mean, she can still stun you or whatever. Like, if you reset Ruel, what's Ruel gonna do for, 2 turns? Jack shit. She might as well be stunned for 2 turns. Really strong ability. Alright, so let's move on here. Mort. This is interesting, okay? I know you guys all were like, why'd you pull for him? He's dog shit. It's like, because dog shit units get buffed, guys, and sometimes they overtune them. So what they have here is they removed the soul burn from here and just gave him more damage. So I'm assuming his S3 is going to hit as if it's soul burned every single time now, which is, I don't know how the damage was before. I never used him. I only fought him a couple times and he was kind of a meme. So yeah. 100% defense break that ignores ER with his buff here is actually pretty good, right? That means you can debuff those really tanky units that are really hard to get through in this tank. It's a bruiser meta right now, so it's like people draft bruisers against bruisers. There's a lot of AoE in the game right now, and I believe, yeah, he's immune to stun and sleep, which is good. Like, that's just good. Not many units sleep right now, but there's a lot of stuns in the game. They just gave him a 30% chance to counter, which is nutty. So with counter set, he's at 50% chance. And then you throw Elbrus on top of that. It's like a 70% chance to counter if you get AoE'd plus that extra. It's basically, if you get AoE'd, like, he's going to counterattack. Like, you're not going to stop it if you're on counter stat. Or you're really fucking unlucky. So, yeah. And then a 50% chance once every 2 turns. Sacred Blessing, I believe, like, I'm assuming this, like, activates Politis, right? Looks like another active ability. Gives you crit resist, which is really good. Gives some speed buff, which is good. Self-sufficient and a speed buff. Like I was saying earlier, crit resistance with the likes of Luna in the previous video. I think might see some co-op play there because it's pretty good. Bruiser Luna next to Bruiser Mort, buddies in action. She can defense break something and she can soul burn one-shot it with her S1. So there's going to be a lot of interesting play, I think, around Mort. I think he's better. The fact that he ignores ER when he's buffed with this and how much AoE is in the meta right now, this is going to be up, like, all the time. He's going to have crit resist on your team, like, the entire time, which is a very powerful buff. Then just doing more damage, and then injury is up to 20%. I think in the type of draft where you will be drafting Mort, like, I think he'll actually be anti-cleave as well. Like, pretty much every unit in the game is anti-cleave at this point, let's be real. But if you're going bruiser v bruiser, stuff usually isn't dying turn 1, turn 2. Usually, the game progresses a little bit, frenzy gets up a little bit. I think you will see value out of injury, even if you just get this ability off one time, because things are going to have less health, right? You can even draft him next to a Ravi, and then you get an AoE off with him, you get an S3 off, or an S1 off with a Ravi. I think it does like up to 10%. That's literally 30% less health, right? On, a unit. If you use that on, like, I don't know, just not one of their tanky units, for example, but like if you get 30% injury on somebody, they're gonna die a lot faster, Instead of killing something frenzy 5, frenzy 6, you might kill them, frenzy 4, frenzy 3 even, depending on what unit it is. So I think injury is gonna have some good play in that aspect of the game. Like, if you draft like a really tanky bruiser team, throw them next to C. Armin, get an attack buff in there from some kind of source like an Amelia or something like that, and then you have a bunch of bruisers. Basically, essentially what the meta is now. I think Mort fits into it very well, and I think he's going to be good. Do I think he's going to be insane? It's hard to say. I think he's going to be good in this meta. This meta is built for a unit like this. It just is. It's going to be aware of Landy, right? And S10 still. Like, S10 and Landy are like the queens of this meta right now. So, they're invisible, can't be countered. So, yeah. I wouldn't draft them into those 2 units, but, like, if you last pick Mort into, like, Rim or something like that, or something that's going to AoE, something that's going to proc his thing, like, he might not even be that bad of a pick into Landy. But just be cognizant of the fact that he puts up more buffs. She's gonna shit on you more. So you just got to make sure you have a way to deal with her fast, right? So I think Mort's good. 100%. Like, if you're PvPing, I would build Mort as another option. Violet's insane, Landy's insane, but if I was to pick like a third Earth unit to use, I take my Alencia's gear off and I put it on this guy. 100%. Then we got Roaming Warrior Leo. So I think I talked about him a little. No, he wasn't buffed yet when I recorded my Summer Iceria video. So, yeah, basically they give him buff duration reduced, basically like S3 treatment for Cerise, Cerise S3 treatment, and then 100% chance to plant a bomb, and then it gives him skill null. So pretty good. Detonation damage is increased. They gave him a defense break on S2, which I don't think is too relevant. Like, I think if you're going to be using Roaming Warrior Leo, in most situations you might soul burn him and just run your opponent down with bombs and debuffs, kind of like I was talking about in the Summer Iceria video. But I don't know. Some MLM I was thinking was Guiding Light ML Leo, and you build him very tanky. As tanky as you can get a Ranger. I know it's kind of hard to get a Ranger tanky. I guess I can show you an example here. So I actually have ML Leo 6-star because I used to troll people with him. The recall button's here now. But yeah, mine's triple S. He's self-imprinted. I have him on gear, but I was thinking Guiding Light Leo. And the reasoning is, like, since he's going to be getting skill null on his S3 here, when he goes stealth, it's going to be harder to knock him out, right? So if they only have one AoE like Landy, he's going to get his turn off. So if you think about it, like in a slower draft, typical draft, bruisers or whatever, you're going to have enough effectiveness to be able to strip basically their entire team. And you're going to get bombs up on quite a few things. And with the bomb rework, if they dispel bombs, they get stunned. They won't do damage, but they get stunned. Right? And then, I don't think you would draft him as a solo DPS. You'd have to draft him along another unit to do damage with. And then you got this defense break here, which I think is going up to 100% now. And then he's got to detonate if any other bombs there. You can, I think the power just lies in Guiding Light. Them not being able to get this unit out. His S2 is also going to reduce the cooldown on his S3 by 1 turn. So it'll give it only a 3-turn cooldown. A 3-turn cooldown into basically a Cerise S3 that puts bombs on people. I think it's pretty powerful. And if they dispel, then they get stunned. And you're going to have the ER, so it doesn't, the effectiveness, so their ER doesn't really matter, right? So I think he's going to be very interesting. I'm going to definitely try and use him. I hate the way he looks. I hate his design, but I'm definitely going to try and use him. I think he's going to be a fun unit to use. It's actually going to be hilarious, throwing a bunch of bombs on people, and then like just imagine like Elena cleansing everything, and then the whole team gets stunned. Like, that's so troll, dude. I'm actually going to have a blast doing that to people. But yeah, I think he's good. As for recalling, I have to confirm, right? Okay, I'm not gonna do this, but I already have all the other ML4s in the game. The only reason I would recall him is probably to get the shards, so I can put them into ML Angelico and then come out, max imprint her. But I think he's actually gonna be a decent unit, so I'm not gonna recall him. He's already 6-star. I'll throw some Mola into him after he gets buffed and have some fun with him. Maybe a video on that. We'll see. I wish I could stream a lot of this stuff, but fortunately I can't. But that's my thoughts on MLEO. I think he's a good unit. Dominial, I'm not going to go too much into this. They added a stun to her S1. Isn't this her S1? Hail, Blizzard Cape, Ice Spear. Yeah, I guess wow, they just gave her S1 a stun. I didn't notice that before. Increases effect chance by 100% stun on Soulburn. That's kind of toxic. I don't like this as a fact 35% chance. There's enough RNG in this game. Right, so she's another anti-cleave unit. I don't know how relevant Reflect is. I did fight some Dominial users in Season 1 of RTA a very long time ago, and the Reflect was actually annoying. So. And it's when an ally suffers critical hit. It's really just anti-cleave, but I think there's better options of anti-cleave in the game than drafting this unit. Right? And I don't think you're going to draft her like in other drafts. There's just better things to pick, right? So that's really all I'm going to say about her. I don't think I really need to go into this. Mercedes, they just gave her a little extra tuning. It just helps out new players. I think she gets a double attack with her S1 now. Good for Green Expo, which is going away for a bit. Here coming soon anyways, so like I wouldn't worry about her too much. And then I already talked about Merciless Glutton in my previous video with Luna. As for like other units I think can use this, you know, it's a warrior artifact. People are looking for single targets. I think Draco Plate is still better because it gives you tankiness. I think this is just a fast-paced artifact, and there's not many warriors that are fast-paced, right? Not really. One thing you might be able to use it on is ML Kawazu, but I don't think this will proc if they die from the detonate. So that's something that needs to be tested. And then we have Secret Art Sword Storm here, or Storm Sword, whatever the fuck. It's Cerise's artifact. Yeah, so basically, like, no matter what it is, it gives you 100% attack buff. So this is good at plus 15. If you have a copy of this, it's just a good artifact now. Like, you can use it at plus 15 and get the guaranteed attack buff. And now what increases is the combat readiness. So I actually think this change is insane, mainly for Celine herself. But go look at Celine real quick. Mine's built. I have drafted her, and she has won me some games, and she's just on literally trash. Literally trash. She's just good into like she's a good last pick. And the people that use like Amelia to push things, C-Dom, Flan, you know, stuff like that. And she's just a hilarious pick sometimes. My stats, nothing special. Like, she didn't even have nowhere near max crit. Like, she's literally like, I don't pick her. She's on free gear. I actually think it'd be better to like maybe even put her on attack set. Not attack set, a lifesteal set. Could work. Build her kind of fast. Take advantage of that CR gain. Maybe she can cut. Should be another anti-cleave. That's just better. I think it just makes her a little bit better. You can use this thing on other units too. Mainly for anti-cleave. So like, whenever they boost something, you gain the CR, right? So you could like slower Acoli or whatever. So you get outsped by a Flan. Flan uses an ability, and then you cut, right? Just one way to look at it. I think it's just best on her. They just made it better. I think it's a really solid artifact now. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Took me 3 videos to cover these patch notes. That's actually insane. They must be good patch notes. But yeah, if you enjoyed this one and haven't watched the other ones, you should go watch the other ones too. This is like a 3-part video, I guess. But yeah. Like always, if you made it this far, hit the like button. I appreciate it. Helps out. Hit the subscribe button too. I appreciate that. Drop a comment as well. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah. Check out the other videos if you haven't. I'll leave links to all of them. Probably I should have said that in the other videos too, but I didn't. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Fuck.